One.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chromebook Coding for Beginners, because I'm the noob and the beginner. But I'm learning. I got something on the sandbox here. We've been going over step by step. We've been building it together, kind of. My CSS Sandbox, kind of my second or third. Like, I made a color picker and I made an emoji search engine. This is kind of like the my first project that's on my own, not following Free Code Camp. Um, pretty much. I mean, might have made a couple little things here and there, but this is like the first thing that's like an actual interactive thing, not just like information style page or whatever, or homepage or blog or whatever, something like that. Anyway, this I got something I'm particularly proud of. I added in a text outline using kind of this hacky thing. I'll show you. So it's on by default right now. It's using text shadow to basically put a shadow every which way and make the effect of an outline. Um, you can only use it with 1 pixel. I didn't put any size adjustment. I just didn't want to get that crazy, but I thought I'd put just a basic outline in. So you'll see it stand out if we set our box background color to anything but white. So we'll set it to blue. And then you see it's got the built-in white. So the problem with I left it white so that way you don't notice it at first. You don't notice it until you put the color on. I mean, I could start it off disabled, I guess, but I might. The next thing is say I got everything organized into groups now, text properties. Border. I made these little headers. Pretty cool. There's so much stuff going on. It's kind of crazy to navigate when you're looking for one thing. Let's see. Text shadow outline. Here we go. Outline color. So the problem when you make it black to match your text is that it kind of makes the text like a bold, blocky, chunky look to it. That's just not good. Not a good look. So we'll do yellow. But what I'm particularly proud of is this button I made that toggles it. Uh, I'm not using jQuery because jQuery I could have just done toggle, but there is no toggle in regular JavaScript. But I've got it so it does a bunch of stuff. It when you toggle it, this text change to toggle off. The color picker, you can click on it all day long, but nothing's going to happen. And of course, the outline, which is a hack to be given the shadow, is gone. Then it comes back. The color picker comes back, and it says on. So that was the main thing. The first thing I'll show you is I found this other site that's like it'd be in the same family tree as my site, but it basically gives you the CSS for different outlines. So I entered in just a 1 pixel outline, and it does some crazy math function on it with like pi, and I don't even know. It's nuts. Somehow it involves pi for like things that are rounded. I don't even know, but you get all these crazy offset for the offsets of the shadow, and all the blurs are in there for 0. I don't know, but I just entered in the outline color, and then I put another shadow on there because there is the shadow option I tacked onto the end, which is our normal everyday shadow. Let's make it a little bigger so we can see the shadow. Let's see font size. Okay, we're gonna have to maximize our dimensions here to see it. Easily done in CSS Sandbox. How do we center the text? And use line height to vertically center the text. See, this actually could teach people like, oh, line height's a good way to vertically center things. I can do it here. I see. Okay, so we'll bag our outline, and we will change our font family to Special Elite. We will change our text color. We will do text color yellow. And now we will add our shadow. There's our shadow. We can blur it. I might put in more offset than 10. You don't get too much out of 10. But you can go negative on it too. You can go that way. I mean, I think the best are when you don't go too far, You just kind of lay it in there. And of course, you've got a color option for that if you want to. Well, it's horrible. Or you can key it off, maybe key it off the blue. Yeah, that's cool. You got that. Oh, want a closer look at that? Why don't we scale? When we scale it up, now you can really see that shadow. But yeah, I'm really digging what we got in this little app. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of myself. Coding for a month and it can do something like this. This is fun. But what else was I gonna show? Trust me though, I've got a long way to go. It's a long, lifelong way to go. Okay, here's the function. So that button, that toggle button has an on-click function, which I've becoming a liking. So without the jQuery, it becomes a little bit longer. And there may be a better way to do this. Just define the button and define the picker. And I had to use get attribute. I'd use a conditional and get the attribute. If it had an attribute of disabled, then I would remove disabled altogether. And if it had it, then I changed the text content. I suppose I could have done inner HTML as well, but I just figured I'd throw a text content in there. Toggle on. And then, of course, I have to redo the reset the variable. Otherwise, the outline won't actually come back onto the text in the box. So I had to hit up the CSS variable and change it back to the color picker's value because that remains the same even though it's disabled. And then the else thing to when disabled is true, change the text content to on the button to off, and of course snatch the CSS variable and actually make it transparent for a value. That was the key. Because I don't believe the color picker itself has a transparent that I'm aware of. I don't know if you can go to a color picker and get transparent out of it. Can you type it in? No, that didn't get us anywhere. Maybe there's something you can do that I'm missing, but I don't see it anywhere on here. And another weird thing, we've got a couple seconds left. Oh, I'm not going to have time. Okay, look. Gray with a A and gray with an E are both on the CSS list. That's weird. Later.